Okay, I know Michelle, was it last week? I think was like if teachers could share kind of what they're doing, their program, their method with one another, and we can just kind of get an idea what people are doing, get ideas from one another. So that's what I'm attempting to do right now. And let's see how this goes. I was trying to share, I have a doc that I'm trying to share with you, and I haven't figured out how to do it. Let's see here. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I make things so hard. Chantel, you're here, right? Let's see. Let me see if she is.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, did you try that link after I tried to fix it? The form where you submit ideas for these meetings and that?
No, I actually didn't get a chance to try it.
Okay, that's okay. I tried to fix it. I hope it works better. I also put your suggestion in the form. And she had a great suggestion about learning about kind of what everybody's doing to motivate practicing among their students. So let me just share this doc so you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from. Let's see. So I just copy the link and drop it, right? Let's see if that works. Okay, hopefully that's in the chat. I can pull that up and see what's going on. So I'm just going to share my screen if I can. Can I share that, Michelle? And yeah. I am going to ask for a guinea pig at some point who will act like a student. And I'm going to act like I'm teaching.
I will totally do that.
Who said that? Karen Faye. Yes, perfect. All right. Okay, so first I'm just going to share the course that I use for the instruction component of teaching. Maybe I'll just do desktop. Let's do it that way. Okay. Oh. How do I get out of this? All right. Everybody can see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a yes?
That was a yes.
Thank you, Karen Faye. Okay, so here is the website that I run my studio from. I teach solely online. All of my students are online. They're all across the country. I do have one student who's in France right now. And what they do is they come here to the course, and I will actually just show you a quick little preview video because it explains the course better than I can in that amount of time.
May I ask, did you do that with WordPress?
So I created the course with WordPress and the website with WordPress. The course is with the plugin LearnDash.
Oh, right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I checked out your website today.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, Michelle, did you put that in there or very good.
I actually didn't. Yeah, I should have, but I did not.
No, that's okay. Thank you for doing that, Tabea.
So today I did some sleuthing work.
Right. So I made this little video to explain the course because a lot of students are not familiar with this approach, like using a course to learn piano. So I'll just share this with you real quick. I think I'm sharing sound, so hopefully you can hear it. Welcome to the Piano Panacea course. We are excited to have you join us. We're going to go over a little bit of the organization of the course so you can know how to navigate the course. So the course is split into sections. When you complete a section, you will earn a trophy. And within each section, there are modules. In the modules, you will be learning new concepts, you'll have projects that you're completing, you'll have assessments of exercises that you complete within the Piano Marvel software. And for each module you complete, you will earn a badge. And with each new concept, they're divided into 3 categories that we've created. The first category is theory. So these new concepts are things that you can see, they're knowledge that you learn. The next one is technique, which is what you do with what you know. And the third one is musicality, which is essentially making it sound good. After you know how to play it, giving it that final artistic touch. So the first section that you're going to complete in this course is learning about the Piano Marble software and becoming familiar with it and all the tools that it has to offer you. After that section, you will begin learning how to play piano music, and you'll be playing in no time. With the lessons, there are often applications, quizzes, assessments, and assignments. The applications will give you steps to complete. The quizzes will test your knowledge of what you have recently learned. Your assessments will be a report of what score you received upon completion of exercises within the Piano Marble software. And your assignments will be, for example, videos or projects that you submit for us to review and give feedback on. After you've completed the course, you will receive a personalized certificate of completion. This course has been created to be very comprehensive, well-rounded education in piano. If you want to personalize it and there's only specific areas you want to focus on, you are welcome to do that. We're here to support you in what you want to learn and how you want to learn. We just provide the whole course for those who want the most well-rounded and comprehensive education in piano. We look forward to supporting you, and we hope you enjoy this process and the successes you will experience along the way, and we also are looking forward to getting to know you better. Okay. Anybody have questions about that part?
No, but it looks awesome.
Bravo. So well done.
Thanks. That's what
What a
happened.
good pronunciation, good speech. Really.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah,
thank
it sounded
you.
really good.
I know how difficult that is.
My husband is the video editor, so he is the one doing all the work behind the scenes to make these videos look nice. And I am the teacher in the videos. So essentially how it's structured is I'll have an overview video of what's going to happen in each section. So 1A, everything in that section relates to 1A in the trophy cases in Piano Marble. And so what I will do is I will here's a module 1, and it will have objectives of the lesson. You watch the video. There we go. Watch the video, and it may have assignments. This particular one does not. You watch this video, and then these are within the module things for you to complete. So here we have a lesson on keyboard geography, and then I think there is an assignment in that one. Let me look real quick. This one, you watch the lesson, and then you do this challenge. Like so, I don't know if you guys are familiar with musictheory.net, but it, somebody said yes. Who was that?
Me?
Was that Ivan?
Yeah, me too. I know it.
Yeah, I
Tabea?
think many know.
Okay. I actually can't see any of you right now as I'm sharing my screen, so I can just hear you. But anyway, they go through this challenge. It has like a minute. They're all customized. I created customized challenges from that website that teach only what they've learned so far. So in that particular lesson, they were learning all the notes on the keyboard. So they just come here and, do the exercise, interact with it, and they keep doing it until they can get 100% type of thing. So
Can you use the type, can you type on the keyboard for that as well?
Some of the exercises you can. Let me see if this one will. No, this one won't, because any C is going to be C. I don't think this one will, but some of them do. Yes, have that capability. And then they submit that to me, and then I can comment on it and give feedback and things like that. So they're doing a lot of the learning.
I'm sorry, how do they submit it?
There will be let me go to one that doesn't have, it says browse, and you browse your computer. Oh, that's what you're asking. Let's see, hold on a second. So let's say I had this, let's get back here, high score here. Let me go back to that one if it will let me. And then what I do is have them print this off either as a PDF or a screenshot and send that to me. And it will tell me exactly what happened in that exercise for them. And this one particular was for somebody named Camden, progress report for Camden. He submitted his name and sent that to me.
Understood.
And then, so essentially I teach one new concept at a time, as it is presented in the trophy cases in Piano Marble. And then I have a bunch of lessons, assignments, quizzes, things like that. But a lot of this you'll see is in Piano Marble. Like if we go, here's one that's Method 1D number 17. I go to that one. It will, whoops, I didn't go to the right thing here. I'm sorry. I got to go to the lesson, not the assessment. So let's go to this lesson. So I have it set up so if they click on this little button, it will take them to that exercise in Piano Marble. The first time it might make them sign in if they haven't signed into Piano Marble yet. It only works if they're using a browser. Otherwise, they're just going to have to go to that assignment in their app, you know, whatever it is, but it should take you right there. Yeah, anyway, it's there. There we go. And then they do the assignment, and then they come back and do the assessment that says, what did you get on that assignment? And then some other things I do are composition. I'm going to change this to notation based on our last group that we had. I just teach them to notate using every single thing that they've learned in this section, whatever this section is, which is equivalent to a trophy in the trophy case. So they create something in MuseScore, a notation with, I give them that assignment, and then they submit it to Piano Marble. And I have in my Piano Marble, I have their compositions in the library. Let's see, I think got too many favorites here. That's what happens when you like a lot of stuff. I actually am not seeing it right now, but I have it in here somewhere where it's all of my students' compositions. There we go. Piano Panacea Studio Compositions. And so I just, you know, each person's I put in this book, and then they can go back to that book. And other students can play theirs as well if they'd like, kind of idea. I do a sight reading assessment in Piano Marble at the end of each trophy that they complete, just to see what progress they're making in sight reading. At the end of the whole course, they have a certificate that they receive. Let's see, let's go. I'm in one of my students' accounts right here because I was going to show you what it looks like from the student's perspective. But she has not yet received her certificate, but I'll show you where it would show up. If you go to her profile, this aspect of what I'm about to show you is called BuddyBoss, and it's the community aspect. So it shows all of her badges that she's earned, trophies that she's earned. She can click on those and, you know, just see what she did to earn that particular thing. And she is the teenage community specialist, meaning she engages with all the teenagers to kind of promote community engagement among them. They can submit videos of their performances with each other, share, you know, photos, and you can share documents with them. Like say you have, you know, some form or something you'd like to share, you can do that. They can invite other people to come and join the community as well. What did I get sidetracked? Was I going to show you something here? Oh yeah. Okay. Where was that? If I go to, where do you see the certificate? I can't remember. Here we go. My certificates. So she does not have one, but that's where you would find it. No certificates yet. Right now I only have level 1 and level 2 completed. We're working on level 3 right now. But that, in essence, is the course. Any questions?
Cami, I have a question. This is Chantel.
Yes.
I thought that in the email it might have said, okay, so you have this course. Do you do one-on-one with the students? Do you ever talk to them face to face?
Yeah, let me just how do I'm just gonna say done maybe. Okay, so yes, so I have the course for instruction. We've got MuseScore for notation. They've got Piano Marvel for application assessment, musictheory.net exercises. There's lessons on memorizing, performing, theoretical concepts, musicality and technical concepts, and tutorials on how to record and edit. And in the community, we have these things I was mentioning. I haven't shown all of them, but there's an events calendar, announcements. There's Zoom lesson links. Let's see, if there's challenges, we communicate here. So they have an option. They can either have a private 20-minute lesson, and the reason it's 20 minutes is because all of the instruction is in the course. So when they meet with me, I'll show you what I do. We're going to do a little mini mock lesson. But I don't need quite as much time because the instruction, they have already gone through that. So they just ask, I just help them with any problems that they're running into or additional questions they have. The other option is for my independent learners, and we have a weekly Q&A where they just come as a group and help one another, and I'm there and can answer their questions. But as far as them submitting their things for me to give feedback, we do it over Marco Polo. If you're familiar with that, it's kind of like a video text. So they'll just send me a video of whatever they have a question about, and I'll send them a video back. And the reason we have this option is for our adult learners primarily, and it's because it gives them a lot of flexibility in their schedule. So they and also the interacting with one another, that group is kind of important in the adults specifically. So they're not feeling like they're on their own, especially in an online setting. So I do both of those ways. And we also have quarterly recitals on YouTube. So that's kind of another community thing. We do it as a YouTube premiere, which we finally found that is an awesome way to have online recitals. It was a hit. Everyone loved it. We do bloopers at the end because whoever's creating those performances, there are always bloopers. So I have them send me bloopers and we put those at the end. And then I always put timestamps in the description so that they can go to the point in the recital that they want to go to. I try to have them do 4 types of performances throughout the year. We have, their quarterly recitals. So a solo piece, a duet, ensemble piece, an arrangement, and an original composition. Did that answer your question, Chantel?
Yeah, that's super helpful. Thanks.
And then my expectations in my studio, and I am curious to hear, as I was putting this together, I was like, man, I want to hear everybody else. What do you guys do? I'm curious. But I give them an expectation of practicing 30 minutes, 5 days a week. And the way I track it is in Piano Marvel. See if they've done 20 minutes a day is ideal, because it means they've done more than 20 minutes, even if that's all that's in Piano Marvel. I have them create annual goals in these areas here, and I help them break them down. And then this is aspirational because you guys brought it up, and I'm like, I want to do this. This is what I want their playbook to contain, a physical book that has these things in it. I'm really excited to start implementing that. And they have all of the recordings of their performances on YouTube, so they can go back to see their progress and, go back and watch them and share them with other people too that weren't able to come to the performances. For the organization of my business, I use a work management tool called Asana. I use Google Calendar, and then I've developed all of these components: business plan, goals, and vision, mission statement, those kinds of things. And then registered business, taxes, insurance, that stuff, not fun for me, but it's there. I use an iMac. My keyboard's a Roland FP10. I have a Blue Yeti mic and an overhead with my phone for the overhead. I do have future plans to make this available for teachers to use, whoever would like to use the course or the program. And I also want to create an advanced video editing course. So that's kind of in the game plan. Any other questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I was afraid I was muted. Can I use this? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sharing this with everyone. And oh, do you mean the course? Or do you mean this?
Yeah, your last
thing?
statement there, make the course or program available for other teachers. How far away is that? Because it's
Go ahead.
a lot of work you've done. And it streamlines things.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And yes, it was a lot of work. And yeah, we're broke. So
So,
just kidding.
so you need to start selling that course.
No, we will make it available. Karen Faye and Hanson are my first guinea pigs to try this, and we will give feedback. They're going to be the ones that deal with all of the bugs that come up trying to share it and do it. So you will be one of my very first guinea pigs. I'm talking to Karen Faye, right? I can't see who I'm talking to.
Yes, you are. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Thank you. I'm like, it sounds like Karen Faye. I'm going to say that's who it is.
So question,
Okay.
What ages are you using this for? What is the age group of your student?
Currently I have from 6 to 70-year-olds in this program.
So you do have 6-year-olds.
I do, but I have found that anybody below the age of 12, I end up doing the course with them in their lesson.
Right.
Because you either have to have the parent, helping them do it, or I personally have not found a way to get them to be diligent about that.
Right.
As soon as they're 12, 13, it's possible. As soon as they're an adult, they're awesome. Like, they totally get the course, they do it all on their own, and it works out great. So I recommend private lesson format for anybody under 12 for sure, as far as using this course. And anybody adult is totally fine with the course, and teenagers, you kind of have to fill it out and see what their personality is and if they would do well with it, kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing so I can see you guys. Oh, that is hard for me to talk without seeing your faces. I feel like I'm not communicating. So, Karen Faye.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys have thoughts and ideas and ways for improving my course, I am excited to hear them because I learn something from you guys all the time. Like the mini cam, it's in my plans. Like, I'm gonna start incorporating using that tool. It's so awesome. I've already changed the structure of my program based on the things I've learned in this meeting in the past 2 months. You guys are a treasure to me. I just am grateful for all of the, just the wealth of help that comes through this. So, okay, ready for an actor, unless anybody has anything.
I got a comment. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. You've done a beautiful job on this. How long have you been running this program? When did you launch it?
So my husband, his job got eliminated during COVID. And so we decided to start our own business. And since we both are musicians, we started early 2021. And we had found Piano Marvel, and it had been absolutely life-changing for teaching piano.
Yes.
And so we're like, we're going to build the entire course around Piano Marvel because it had a few lessons. It has those videos, and we actually incorporate those in our course as well. But it just didn't have the full... You need the other component, that everybody here is doing. So, and it came from a place of me wanting to spend more time with my family, but still wanting to be able to teach. So I was able to put the course out there so they can learn, have that independence for learning, and then my interaction can be within my expertise that they can't get through the course. Mm-hmm. And now I'm thinking, if they could have access to all these different teachers who have different expertise, that would be just so great and so amazing. So that's my vision. I have no idea how that's going to happen or how that would come about. But
well, this is such an asset to Piano Marvel, to those of us who teach in Piano Marvel. This is a tremendous asset in a program curriculum. You've done an incredible job, and I really hope you will reconsider at least some kind of a fee, and if nothing else, a nominal fee. And people should value what they're getting from you. And eventually, I would encourage that you make it a sizable fee. I mean, this is awesome. And it would be an asset to any teacher who is working in Piano Marvel. But reconsider your charge.
I agree with that. Yeah, you definitely need to, like, we all want to share music with the world, and we have like our intentions for that, but we need to make money too. And you've worked really, really hard on this, so I agree with that.
Oh, thank you. That is so, much appreciation. We spent about 8 months in full time, me and my husband both, creating it. So we really invested some work into it. And I know all teachers are that way. They just invest so much in and care so much. And so, yes, absolutely. I will take that into account and try to figure that out. And thank you for saying that. That's so, so kind.
Cami, have you run into any problems with the technical aspect on the student side? Like, do you require them to have laptops or iPads or Chromebooks? Have you tested all of your links on all of those various formats? What's the kind of support you're giving there?
Yes, I'm doing all of that dirty work right now.
It is, yeah.
All of my students, except for one, are on iPads. One is on a laptop. They definitely, because it's Piano Marvel only that I use with them, their performance pieces are all off. They learn them on Piano Marvel, and then we take them off of Piano Marvel and work on the musicality. But so much is in Piano Marvel. So every single student has to have a device. They have to have an account. I have a parent account. I don't know how many of you guys do the parent account setup, but that way I can add students as needed. And they only pay me one fee, and I pay for their account. So, and it's set up so they pay a month in advance, so that there's no like, I forgot to pay or something. It's just automatic online, because I am the worst. I will give 10 free lessons and completely have no clue that I haven't received payment because I just don't pay attention. So that's a really great setup for me to just, it's set it and forget it kind of thing. And it's month by month. So if they need to take a month off, they can. If they can pause their account whenever they want to pause their account. Okay. Karen Faye. Or
Yes.
anything else? Or wait, did I fully answer Anne's question? Let me think. So, bugs. Yes, okay, you're about to see one of them. Anne knows this one. I have not yet figured out why some students' Piano Marvel and keyboard sync up over Zoom and some don't.
I've been watching that the last few weeks as I do various lessons, and I need to start keeping a chart because some sync beautifully.
Yeah,
I mean, everything's
perfect.
just perfect.
Yeah.
You know.
Michelle has said it could potentially be an issue with...
Got to get to that one.
Yeah, so that is the biggest bug that I've run into. And essentially, as a teacher, I just focus in on what I need to listen to and ignore the other input that I'm receiving. It's not ideal, but still the tools are so amazing that I just put up with the fact that, but some work perfectly, and I haven't been able to figure out why. Otherwise, the students haven't had any difficulties that I'm aware of. I'm trying to think. Teaching them how to edit videos has been a bit of work. So we are creating a course for that.
What software are you using for that?
We edit our videos in Camtasia, but that's because Camtasia is so great for creating tutorial videos. but the students were teaching them how to use a pretty complicated tool called DaVinci Resolve.
It's like the most complicated, but it's free.
Step by step. It's the reason we use it's free.
Yeah.
And it's really robust. And so we teach them step by step, do this, do this.
Do you have a set of tutorials ready for that? I'll pay you for it.
We're working on it. That's the one that's the advanced course we're working on. Actually, that's not the advanced course. That's the one we're going to make available to everyone. The advanced course is more making music videos, which is kind of another level. But yes, because that is one thing I have found with having the online recitals is getting those student performances, getting them to understand how to create them in a way that's pleasant for someone to watch. So, and it's great prep for the YouTube competition when you have all these videos already made throughout the year, kind of thing. So,
but your teenage students can use DaVinci and be okay.
Yeah, actually, some of them use them in their school. I found out, like they have assignments in DaVinci in their high schools.
So I've been playing around all week at learning a new video editing tool, and I haven't picked one yet.
It's a big learning curve.
Well, I think I've had it on my screen for a while. Yeah.
Same for MuseScore. That's why we have tutorials for MuseScore. We're also going to have tutorials for DaVinci. I know Ivan had a question. Now Karen Faye has a question.
No, Ivan goes first.
Okay.
You mentioned piano performances on YouTube Premiere, right?
Yes.
Right? How different is it from? I've been doing it on Zoom pretty much every month. How much is it different from doing it on Zoom?
I would say 100% better, but I'll tell you why. Because I've done Zoom. It was fine. Zoom was okay. I had a bunch of audio and video issues with Zoom, whether it was lag or it sounded terrible or somebody wasn't ready and everybody was waiting, and just different things have happened that are very live in nature. And then I had them create videos that I shared over Zoom, and I still had issues with that, with some audio and the timing of everything. So what I did is the YouTube Premiere, which is essential. Are you familiar with YouTube Premiere?
No, that's why I'm asking.
I wasn't either, and it might be somewhat new, this concept, but what it does is it gives you a link. You essentially you put the video on YouTube, but it's a Premiere, meaning you can give the link to everybody that says, remind me when this is doing. So people can watch it on YouTube from anywhere. That was one issue with Zoom. They didn't have the right link, or something like that. Whereas with YouTube, they can watch it on their TV. They can watch it on their phone. No issues with anything. Sound was amazing. Audio was great. And I have it so they can have timestamps that they click on after the premiere concludes if they want to go back and watch something. And I also have it so their individual performances release immediately after following the premiere so that they can share just their performance.
Does it mean that those videos are pre-recorded?
Yes.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Makes sense.
All of the students send recordings to us, and me and my husband put them together in one video. That is some work, I will admit, that putting the videos together is some work, but it has turned out really, really nice. And I asked all of my students, I called them individually and said, what did you think? And they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Let's do it that way every time. And
Cami, could you link us to your most recent one? Because it stays on YouTube. Could you just send us the link in the chat? So people can get an example of that.
Yeah, let's see. So right here, I can drop a link. Let me open it. So here's our YouTube channel, for example. So here's our recitals, each recital. And if you click on the recital, this one we just had in March 5th, we have them every 3 months. It shows every student's performance, including the entire performance here. And they can go through and share whatever video they have. How do I link this? Okay, I think I just send you this, right?
Why don't you just play one? They're short.
Okay. Okay, let me drop this in the chat and then I will play one. Where's my... You guys, you would think I don't teach online, but I do.
You're doing great.
Where's my Zoom chat? Maybe it's because I'm sharing a screen, but I don't see where the. Oh, there we are. It's up in this little thing. Okay, I'll put that there. Okay, so just play one of these. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's for a minute.
Okay, so here's one. I actually put this into Piano Marvel. I just composed it in MuseScore, and because he wanted to play this one. Whoops. Oh, that's not the one, but we can watch this one. That's all right. So this is kind of the minimum requirements for video editing, and it's fine. The lighting's good. You can see his face, you can see his hands, it's okay. But another example of like, as far as like helping them do better editing, let's see, I think it was in this one here. Here's one where, right here, this is really short.
I'm trying now to understand what this YouTube Premiere means. I mean, this is just a playlist. So what is the Premiere?
So the Premiere, I don't know how to show you unless it's like actively happening, but it will have a page, like a website almost, but it's kind of a page where you can send that to all of your students and they can send it to whoever they want to invite. And on it, they can click reminder on, and essentially what you can do it a week in advance, a day in advance, 2 weeks in advance, and it will show up in all of their YouTube feeds right like 30 minutes before going
But where
live.
do you do that? Is that on your channel?
Yes. Yeah, on the
I
back
haven't
end.
seen that.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you just Google YouTube Premiere and it explains what it is. It's really
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
when
I'm
you're
seeing that. I don't
uploading.
understand it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tabea, it's when you're uploading a video. One of the
Yeah.
options, it'll say like how to publish. You can say public, private, unlisted, or you can do a YouTube Premiere. So it's
Yeah,
on
and
I
that.
didn't realize that. Is that new?
Yes, it's a mix between
Relatively
live
new,
stream.
yeah.
It says it's a
Okay.
mix between live stream and traditional YouTube video. I never knew about it
Yes.
before either.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
And you can, if you have a lot of subscribers, which I do not, I think I have 12. If you have 1,000 subscribers, you can have it go instantly from a live to a premiere, meaning that you go on live and you're interacting with people in your studio, people on the channel, whoever's come to the live, and then it will kick to the premiere right at the time that it's supposed to kick to the premiere. You can also do it after. So that's another option, because YouTube Live and YouTube Premiere are two different things, because one's pre-recorded and one's not. Does that answer your question?
Thank you very much. That sounds really amazing. I have to try that.
Man, I loved it. We joined a Zoom watch party. Is that the format you're using, or how is it different?
Yeah, I know the YouTube watch parties or the Amazon watch parties, but that's not the same thing.
The one benefit of doing Zoom is you can have interaction between the people and see their faces. So that's a nice thing you cannot get with YouTube Premiere. You can have live chat. I didn't mention that. That's one reason they liked it, is there's a live chat, and so you can be like, great job, Susie, or whatever, like, loved it, you worked so hard on this, and everybody can see that live chat happening in real time. So that happens with YouTube Live and YouTube Premiere. You have that live chat function, but you don't see their faces visually. Now for me, I'm okay with that because I wear PJs whenever I can.
You can actually combine both. You can do the premiere, and then you can assist to it all together. I experienced something as a visitor recently, but I didn't know the back end side. That's really cool.
Yes. And anyway, we've only done one recital that way, but it was such a hit that we are not turning back. It was great. So, okay. Any other questions before we go into our little demo?
Yes. Do you need to have YouTube Premium for that?
What is YouTube Premium?
It's the when they charge you monthly fee for like no commercial, no ads, all that.
No, see, I'm not monetized, so I didn't know what that was. No.
No?
That's the one you clicked away when you opened your YouTube window.
Oh, yeah, I always say dismiss.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. No, you don't need that. So
I just wanted to mention to you that we do something similar on the back end of our course, because I started like 10 years ago for English lessons with Moodle. And well, I know very well WordPress, and that's a technical issue why I'm with Moodle. I think WordPress is fantastic, but my approach is very different. And I think it would be really great to have some exchange, but give me some time until summer, because I'm still figuring out some things I don't like. So, and then we can share experiences if you want.
That would be
Lovely.
awesome. I would love it. Okay, I'm trying to, can somebody just say the meeting ID to me or show me where I find the meeting ID when I'm not hosting, because I want to put an overhead camera on and I need to put the ID in.
It's 893
Okay.
9908 6007.
Thank you.
Of
Hopefully
course.
that will work so we can see what's going on with my hands. I am not as fancy as Anne yet, having the mini cam, but I'm going that direction. Oh, Michelle, can you let me in? And I don't know if you can kind of turn me into host or something.
Yeah, you're in. Let me see if I can turn you to host.
Okay. Let's see. So is my overhead showing as one of the views?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Okay, I'm about to teach you, Karen Faye.
Hey,
Karen
I'm
Faye is
ready.
an awesome actor, so I'm so excited for this.
I don't think
It's going to be fun. Maybe a little too fun.
Is it possible to turn the screen of the overhead camera? Oh, okay. No.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean you want to see it in the right direction?
That will be wonderful.
Sure. All right. We're in business. And normally I could see Karen Faye's keyboard as well. I have the students have a video on their keyboard as well.
wait, Cami, do you
Yes.
need me to be in front of my piano too?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I need
well,
somebody who has a keyboard.
Does somebody else have their keyboard right in front of them? I'm in my office, not in my studio.
I can do that.
Oh,
All
thank
right,
you,
I'm
Ivan.
sorry.
Okay.
I'll just be the peanut gallery. Okay.
Okay, so Ivan, I want you to act like one or some of your students. Ask questions that they might ask, respond in the way that they might respond. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay, wow. Love guinea pigs. Here we go. Okay, so this is how a lesson might go. I would say, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see how you did this week. And I will go straight to Piano Marvel, and I will look at the report for that student. So this particular student is actually named Emma that I'm using right here. It's not actually Ivan. Oh, actually, I got to get into her. So I'll show you. I go to her. Okay, let's go into Emma. Here, I'll just do this to make it easy. And we say, okay, by the way, Rockstar student, of course I'm using her as an example because she makes me look really good. She has a streak of 137 days. Are you kidding me? So she's amazing. She's 14 years old. But I would say, let's look at this report. Okay, I can see you did really good practice Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. What happened Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? I actually know, but I'm going to ask Ivan,
I didn't have time. I had a lot of school stuff to do.
Had a birthday party.
The school stuff is a big one for the high schoolers because they have these unit studies that come like every 6 weeks. I'm like, what is going on with that? But okay. Oh, I see. Okay. And I mean, I don't know the right way to respond to that, but that is often the response they give, that they had a bunch of schoolwork. This person was actually camping these 3 days. They brought their keyboard to camp
but they only got 7, 3, and 2, but I'm happy with that. And then I just scan through and say, okay, they're working on technique. They've got some of their recital pieces in here that they're working on, and it looks like they did a little bit in the challenge. And so I just get a quick little view there. And then I say, okay, let's see how you're doing in method technique. Have you run into any challenges? And let's say, I'm going to get out of hers, and in a minute I'll get out. I'm sorry. But we will go to method technique. So I guess we're acting like this is real. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Can you share yours and open Piano Marble?
1 second.
And they do this every single week, so Ivan was not prepared for this, but if it works out great. Wow, you have it up and going. Are you kidding me? $14.95? Oh, wow.
Oh well, it's been a while since I did it last time.
That's always how
I'm really impressed with you.
Shout out to Ivan. Anybody have that score?
Get in the mid-thousands.
I'm trying to get to 1100. That's my goal. And I consider myself a good sight reader. You just smoked me.
Well, I wanted to get this a company's job that I didn't, so still useful, still good.
Yes. Okay, so let's have you go into method, and let's have you go into an exercise that you're on. Since you're so talented, we'll have you act like a student. You just choose one. You're like, I'm having a hard time with this.
Actually, yes. Okay, 1 second, please. I'm going to find one that one of my students have been struggling with.
Oh, perfect.
It's supposed to be only from method, right?
Yeah, let's do method.
Alright, so that was, let me find it. Was it 4E? Ah, yes. Sunrise.
Okay.
I've been struggling with the right hand notes, the tight notes and the 16th notes. They're so fast sometimes, then they're long, and it's confusing.
Okay, well, let's isolate just that first measure. So go to the mixer. And we're going to say start measure 1, end measure 1. I'm hoping you're on the laptop, because on iPad they have to do it one at a time, plus and minus. In which case I go to learn and choose that section, and it goes quicker.
1 second. It didn't work. Okay, let me try it again.
Try that one more time.
Still doesn't want to do.
I mean, I know the other way you can do it, but I'm not understanding why this is not working. Michelle, do you understand? Normally I don't have Michelle to ask in the middle of a lesson.
Sorry, I was changing a baby right here.
Oh.
So, what was the question again?
So he's selected start measure 1, end measure 1, and then when he goes to the music, it hasn't selected that. Like, can you go back to the music?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that either. I have seen that occasionally, and it can't like reproduce it. So try it again, and it should work.
Okay.
Yeah, not a good answer, but
try it again and
try start measure 1 and measure 2.
Okay.
Maybe that'll do it.
Okay, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Go play your G, quick.
Okay, in this
let me refresh it. Last time.
This seems to happen if I'm doing a presentation. This does not happen in my lesson. Just tell me.
It's okay. Everybody knows.
There it is.
You can also, by the way, you can also just click and drag, which is really the easiest way to do that, as long as you're not on an iPad, because there's not a way to do that on an iPad.
That's what I was going to say if he was having problems. Like, we'll do it the other way, but almost all of my students are on iPads. So
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to change the beats per minute to 50. Okay, now go ahead and play just the right hand, even though the left hand is here. Piano Marble is creating a function where we can separate these, but Is it just the right hand he's having problems on?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna say go to learn. Go to minced. Go to that very first star. But I'm gonna say go to the mixer and say end measure 1. It will work this time. Okay, and I'm gonna say change it to 50 here, the metronome marking. Okay, let's have you go ahead and play this, and let's see how it goes. And mess up if you want to. Like, I mean, act whatever your student would do. Oh, I don't know what happened. It went back to the other, but.
Okay, so with practice or play?
Let's do, does this student already, let's do it in practice first. See if you got the notes. That's usually what I do, have them do it in practice first.
So very often they would play two C's instead of D's.
Okay. So for some reason, let's go back to the mixer and say end measure 1. I'm sorry, end measure 2.
And measure 2.
End point 1. Okay, and go ahead and play this in play mode.
1, 2, set, go.
Okay, so do you see what is wrong right here? What happened with that red note?
I played it late.
No, what you have here, that little tie that's tying the C to the C, means you only play that note one time and hold it for the duration of both of those. So
that's right.
Yeah, so go ahead. So essentially this is what I would do with them, is isolate the problem really, really tight wherever the issue is, not just in a section, but like a measure or a portion of a measure, until they get through that one spot. And then maybe I'll just add just the next note, because then transitioning to the next note they often have a hard time with. So that's one way I work with the students within Piano Marvel, is really isolating whatever the issue is they are until they can get it, slowing it down, isolating. Any questions?
No, I got it.
Good job, Ivan.
Do you ever use like T ticka T ticka T T T ta stay? Do you ever use those things?
Yeah, I do different different things for teaching rhythm, like you're talking about different symbols and words and things like that. But as far as Piano Marvel goes, I isolate it, because that's something I found to be really powerful. Just take it straight to the part that they're having an issue with and have it stop right there. And then because otherwise they'll go over it and over it and over it and they don't get it, even though
something I'll add to that, Cami, is sometimes just the concept of trying to focus on both the notes and the rhythm at the same time is just too hard for some students if it's a part that they're struggling with. So I'll do this, and then I'll have them clap it or tap it or whatever, so that they don't have to worry about the notes while they're learning the rhythm.
I wanted to say also something about the rhythm. What I do is, probably you know that Piano Marvel can be used for drumming. And if you have a MIDI piano, you can also use the piano for drumming. So what I do sometimes is I take the same piece and I upload it, but only the rhythm as a drumming piece. And then they can concentrate fully on the rhythm. But they are using the keys of the piano, so it's not a different kinetic experience.
Cool.
It seems to work. I have not a long experience on that, so I don't know.
Do you all know how to get to the drum part of Piano Marvel?
It's just changing the instrument where it says instrument
to drum. Yeah, but I've never done that. That's a great idea to teach rhythm, because I will often also have them just sit and listen before they play. Like play it and clap it back, say it back, and then play it, as far as rhythm is concerned. Usually within the lesson, we'll go over any trouble spots they have, conceptually or physically. And also that overhead, I haven't used the overhead, but essentially I will watch their fingering, or to see if they're playing with, improper positioning or whatever they might be doing, and just give feedback on that as well. Usually I go over method and technique. I go over whatever their performance piece or pieces are, especially focusing on the musicality of those. And I just check into the course, because the course is where I put all their goals. I should show you that real quick. Oh my gosh, I have been way over time. Any questions? Sorry.
How do you get, you said change the instrument to get the drums. How do you do that?
Yeah. Let me show you real quick.
I tried it and it didn't make any sense.
Thanks, Ivan. You're fabulous.
Instruments right here.
Yeah,
You can
select
drums. Now, I haven't actually done any of this, but if you go into method, Michelle, if you do this, is it the rhythm from the exercise in piano?
They are different.
Yeah, they're different exercises made.
Okay. You have to upload your own. So if you have a music piece, you just upload it again, but not as a piano, but as a drum. In MuseScore, it's quite easy to change instruments.
Okay.
If you know how to do that. I mean, if not, it's not easy, sorry. But if you use MuseScore, you can just with a click change the instrument and upload the piece again as a drumming piece.
Okay. We're going to have each of you do what I'm doing and share, and maybe Tabea, you could share something. You do all these innovative things. Everyone has all these innovative things.
Could we maybe have that demonstration at one of our meetings? I mean, that would be a full meeting and I would love to see it.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah, of course.
Tabea, you're up.
Tabea, do you want to do next week or do you need a little more time?
For next week is okay. I can prepare something.
Okay, great.
Show how to switch to drumming and to do that.
Well, and I was just going to show some of the reports that I pull up for my students. Like if I have a boot camp that I'm doing with them, for example, I will see how they're doing. This was a boot camp I did last year, and it's the scales, the major and minor scales, and I was just seeing how my students were doing, and you could pull it all up at the same time. I see how they're doing on the Sasser. There's the Sasser report, and just see their highest and how many attempts they've had on it, and their last scores. Also their trophies, kind of seeing where each student is on their trophies. You've got the practice minutes one, and I always see how they're doing in the challenge, just something to keep it fresh for them. I always have them participate in whatever the current challenge is. And what was that? Is that the same? Oh, that's the practice minutes. There's also a practice minutes challenge, by the way. You can pull this up and see how your students are doing this month this way as well. I found that out recently. And then the boot camp, that's the current challenge. Okay, I think I will share this with everyone. And any more questions?
Thank you so much. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
That was very cool.
Thank you so much, Cami. This was awesome.
Thank you for Ivan jumping in last minute. You probably didn't know you were going to be a guinea pig first time you come to the group. But,
I didn't mind. I can do it again.
Okay. Right.
Thank you very much. It really is amazing, and I'm glad that I joined. So I will try to join always. Tuesday is my busiest day, but this is really something inspiring. So it was nice meeting you all, and special thanks to you, Cami.
Oh, thank you. Aww. So does that mean Tabea is next week, and we'll
Sounds
share?
like it. Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm excited. Next
week.
Okay. Well, I will stop talking because I could talk for a whole nother hour talking about what I do, and that's not what we want. So
it was really great. Thank you very much, Cami.
Good.
Thanks, Karen Faye.
See you soon.
Bye everyone.
Bye. See you next week.
Cami. Oh, she's gone.